In a world filled with sissies, snowflakes, and spineless morons, we have to provide you with our disclaimer. So here it goes. The following is for entertainment purposes only and is purely the opinion of Fallout Shelter's host, Pat Mitchell and Tino. You should not construe any information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Oh, and one more thing. If you don't have a sense of humor, then you're probably in the wrong place. Enjoy.
My fellow Americans, if there's anything I like more than women, it's Fallout Shelter with Trick and Tino. Two pals of mine that know day trading, like I know how to get oral in the Oval Office. I love women. I love women. Oh yeah, where was I? I do not listen or have relations with any other day trading mentors. Just like I don't inhale after I roll a big fatty when I'm hanging with my homies. Okay, listeners, I gotta run. But keep listening to Fallout Shelter. Peace out. Okay, the recording is over. Get back under the desk, you little rascal. Why is my cigar all sticky? Oh, this thing is still recording? Okay, well, it's me again, Bill. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate Fallout Shelter and everything Trick and Tino has done for this country. If there's anything I can do for them in turn. Oh, did I say in turn? I better go.
Well, folks, there it is. President Bill Clinton getting a BJ.
Some people just never change, huh?
No, never. I mean, that's our boy. That's our boy.
Love the guy. I mean, that's the first time I remember any scandal in the president's office like that. And,
that was a big deal, man.
But what's so funny, it just goes to show you the power that women have sometimes, man. Because when it all comes down to it, I don't care who you are, what you do, you just love women like that. You know what I mean? I mean, it could take you down.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize, like, how many men have just been, like, completely crippled by, like, a really bad decision. That's, seems like a good idea at the time, you know?
And what's so funny is, like, here's Clinton in office, right? And he's getting a blowjob. His chick's under the desk. Lewinsky's under the desk blowing him. And he's the president. And what's he that you boil it down to, it's just sex, you know what I mean? Like, every guy is horny.
Yeah.
I mean,
just because he's president doesn't mean he's
anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally, man.
You know, I was just reading before we got on the podcast here, the billionaire Lou of JD.com got arrested in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I tried sharing the news story on Twitter there last night when I saw that, but for some reason it didn't post. But yeah, that's crazy. So I mean, short JD tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, fuck, man.
Here, another perfect example. Here's a guy, a billionaire, but when it all comes down to it, man, he's got some perverted sexual deviant behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That he just can't control.
Yeah, exactly.
And allegedly he got arrested. So for sexual misconduct. Who knows?
Yeah.
And speaking of
allegedly he did this. We're going to start using the word allegedly, and it's, in my opinion, quite a bit. You guys are going to hear that. I'm sure you've noticed our disclaimer that we have. And it's funny because since when do people, you know, when is it like illegal to roast someone or like smack talk or shit talk someone? I mean, we have a certain ponytail wearing motherfucker that he decided to give me a cease and desist order. You know, it's pretty fucking funny. I mean, it's just a joke. Like, man. And you know what's funny is, you know, people like that, Like, I don't care about this fucking cease and desist. It's some bullshit. But you know what pisses me off about this sort of stuff is, how about you pick up the phone, or you write an email, or you hit me up? You just you instantly lawyer up. Like, that's such a fucking,
pussy move.
Oh, it's such a pussy move. It's such a pussy move.
Listen, if somebody was accusing you, would you just blast them? Just wait a minute, man to man.
I would blast them. Yeah, that's all.
Anybody. When you showed me that cease and desist and I read it, I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And what's funny, and we talked about this before, the fact that he had to sit there with his lawyer and listen to us bash him.
Yeah, we were totally smack talking him, just roasting that guy so hard, and for him to I don't know, I just think it's hilarious, and it's such a pussy move. Anyone that gets lawyers involved or cops involved or anything like that, you're a pussy. Like, straight up, that's what you are. You're not a man. You have no balls. You got no balls. None. Yeah. And it's ridiculous. Like, you just lawyer up. Like,
you lawyer up, and you don't even stand up for. You don't even say, "Wait, no, that's not right. This is why I do what I do."
Yeah,
but he couldn't even do that. Yeah, he just had to lawyer up.
Yeah, just lawyer up. Like, guys, don't be like our ponytail wearing friend, guys. Don't be doing that, because that really is a pussy move. It really is. I cannot stress that enough. That's something that's not even in the realm of my thinking. Like, I can't even describe how that's so not even a thought of mine to ever have to do something like that.
Yeah,
because it's such a pussy move. It's such a weak move. It's, you let somebody get inside your head. I got inside his head so much that he just lawyered up.
He took the time to call the lawyer.
And paid for it. Like, this shit cost him money to do, right? Like,
but instead, you could have sent out a YouTube video, or you could have addressed you personally.
Yep.
And said, "Hey, man, let's hash this out. I'll explain myself." But no. We live in a fucking society that's so sue crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, we're not like that up here in Canada. See, the thing is, our laws are very different. You can't just sue for the sake of suing. It doesn't work that way. First of all, if I'm going to be sued for defamation or slander or anything like that, you need to prove that I cost you members, that I hurt your business in any way. And you have to prove that I hurt your business. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't just sue to sue. So it's for him to do that, I think he thinks he's dealing with just some scared little kid on Twitter. It's dude, if you only knew my fucking backstory, this is ridiculous. This is a joke. It's laughable. It's like, if you only fucking knew the life that I've lived and the shit that I've fucking been through. It's like, God.
Yeah.
You got no idea. And he's starting something that he definitely shouldn't be getting into, because there's definitely some things from his past that were straight up lies that it's just opening up a whole can of worms. And I don't want to get into it too much, because it's I don't really care about this. It's just, I find it hilarious. It is. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny that someone would just instantly lawyer up.
Yeah, take the time and expense to go through that hassle of getting a lawyer and sending out the cease and desist.
Yeah.
I mean, just
yeah, but that's the thing. It's he's trying to fucking, oh no, I better do it.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with. I don't give a shit. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you're such a pussy.
Oh, I know. Allegedly a pussy.
Oh no, he's a pussy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you can't laugh, and I mean, if that's the case, every comedian or every anyone that had an opinion would be in a lawsuit. Like, it's just, it doesn't work that way. Like, get your head out of your ass. You're not dealing with a little fucking kid here where I'm going to get fucking scared over something like that.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like, it's such nonsense. And, talking with my lawyers about it, it's laughable.
Yeah. It's just fucking crazy, man, how juvenile it is. And the fact that we're giving this guy this much time even talking about it pisses me off.
I know. Yeah.
But
I just want to point out how big of a pussy he is.
Oh, but expect more cease and desist from other people, because all we do is just call out people, man. I mean, we point out, we expose hypocrisy, and we tell the truth.
Yeah,
and,
it's like it is.
But
what
now
it is.
we gotta cross our T's and dot our I's and do it all so we don't hurt people's feelings.
So all of this is just it's just opinions.
Yeah,
right?
This is all opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes.
It's for entertainment purposes. Fucking joke.
Right.
What a joke. But anyways, enough of that fucking ponytail wearing motherfucker. The guy's such a fucking pussy.
So how was the week, man? Last weekend?
This week was incredible, Tino.
Dude, can you believe that it's September?
I know, man. Like, time's flying by. The summer's over. We're gonna start getting like the markets back to, it broke out over all-time highs. And it's funny. I do want to talk about something. So another pussy, another keyboard warrior on YouTube hit me up because of a YouTube video I made back when the market was going parabolic, and then when it crashed, like it had that real hard pull.
Yeah, I remember that day.
And I was talking about what potentially could happen, and all I said was, no, the fucking retard probably didn't even watch the entire video. And I said, this could be the start of a bear market. This is how bear markets start. And then it's like he writes me, he goes, bear market, laughing my ass off. Right. I was like, oh yeah, bear market. It's like, are you retarded? Just because it retests highs. And I even said in that video that the market will most likely retest highs. And then come October, that's going to be the tail of the tape. I don't know. I'm not saying that it is going to be a bear market. I'm not saying that. I'm not one of those guys that go around saying that. I don't know. I'm just telling you that this is how they start. Stupid fuck.
Right.
Like these fucking people on social media, like everyone's got an opinion and everyone's got a voice. The problem is with that is, I mean, most of them, all of them are all fucking newbies. Okay. So, and I really don't like that word newbie. It's almost like some sort of fucking like racial slur or something. I don't even know. I hate that, the way the word newbie sounds. But anyways, this new trader and new traders like him, they go on to YouTube and then they try and bash or like critique something that a professional says. It's like, guys, you guys have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You're not even listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it is a bear market. I was saying at the time that that's how bear markets start. The market, the fucking markets went parabolic in January. They went straight up. It looked like a fucking penny stock chart, guys. Yeah. Okay. And then it fucking pulled hard, man. And it held the 200. And since it held the 200, it's still bullish, right? But look at the volatility that we got this spring and this summer. It's because people are scared. There's too much fear in the markets, guys, right? And this is exactly what I said it was going to do. I said there's a high potential for it to come back up and test highs. And I believe I said in the video, I don't think it will break highs, but it did. Okay, so it broke highs just barely there last week, and now we'll see what it does. But October's around the corner, and that's when we're going to really find out what's up. And I still think that especially now, if the market's at all-time highs and it's going to rip and it's going to fucking, let's say it starts going parabolic again right before October, let's say the end of September, man, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're just one tweet away from this market crashing bad, because Trump came out with a tweet Friday saying how this is the best, the country has the best economy it's ever had, and boom, after hours, the SPY shot right up. So we're it's so reliant on what Trump says. You know what I mean? That I don't know if they just throw out all the what they usually base the spy on and the emotions involved. But man, we're such in a crazy time with Trump in office right now. It's shaky, man. Like you just don't know what's going to happen. You know?
Yeah. I mean that's just it. I mean, it's funny because he first said that the market or trade talks with China, everything went good.
Yeah.
The next day or two later, excuse me, I just slammed a bunch of water. As soon as the markets, really ripped up, what did they do? They shit the next day or something. I can't remember. I'll have to go back to the chart here. Yeah, I know that it looked like it had it was a red day. It was the day after the market ripped to all-time highs. No, It was past that. Sorry. That would have been, I guess, Wednesday it ripped, Thursday it pulled, right? And then, we'll see what happens. But it's day in, day out. It's a very bipolar market. And all it's going to take is just one tweet, man. And there's so much, there's so many political motives and political potential catalysts right now that, man.
Yeah.
For the market to continue up, okay, and it very easily could, but people are waiting for it, man. People are waiting for it. I mean, we're living in really, it's really going to get volatile here. I really do think so.
We've never had a president in office like Trump. You know what I mean?
No, not like this.
A non-political guy running the country. Nobody knows what's going to happen. He's
a wild card.
He is, man. I mean, look what he said about. I mean, did you see what he said about Canada over the weekend? How he's going to?
No, I really didn't want to get too pissed off. So.
Yeah. So, but
what do y'all say?
I just said that he's gonna abolish a NAFTA, and I forgot, I didn't read it all. I just saw the headline real quick, but I'm just like, here we go. You know what I mean?
See, I don't think he, and it's funny, and I've discussed this with Tino, and I don't want anyone to just listen to the words before you get all your fucking panties in a knot to all my American friends. Listen, guys, how the world perceives you is very different than how you perceive yourselves. Okay. And I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers or anything because I've got a lot of American friends. I consider Canada and the States very similar. I mean, you could basically take down those borders and it would be, you wouldn't really notice. There's very few things that are different between us. Okay. But the way the rest of the world sees you, I mean, man, and Tino brought this up, the world was finally on your guys' side after September 11th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even want to talk. I get so mad when I think about that.
And then now all of that,
people forget it. Yeah. I think people have even forgotten it happened. Dude, they fucking knocked down the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And people don't even think about it anymore.
No.
All they think about is Trump in office. All this shit.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I actually started out and I liked Trump. I thought he was going to actually do some good. I like some of the ideas that he has. And I wish Canada would do the same.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's like shut down these fucking borders, man. Like I've had enough of that shit. A lot of people come over here and they bring over some of their old world beliefs. And it's just like, man, it just doesn't fly here, and then we cater to their nonsense. Right. You want to come over here. That's great. That's how countries are built, especially in the new world. Right. But you have to respect our laws. You can't just come here and want all of your fucking laws. Like, it doesn't work that way because roles reversed. If I went over there, if I wanted to get something changed, it's not like it would happen. They'd fucking stone me to death.
Yeah.
For good reason. It's what I was trying to get at with that, where I was starting was, I think, man, the States, like, he's got to fucking shut his mouth because I think the rest of the world is really just going to have enough of this nonsense and everyone's going to put the fucking kibosh to the States and have a trade embargo with the States. And that's bad news for everyone. It's not good news. right? And I'm saying, excuse me, I'm saying that that's it. That's like the worst case scenario, and it's not that far off, man.
Yeah.
So, and I definitely don't want that to happen. I'm sure you guys don't want that to happen. And I think it really sucks for whether you support Trump or you don't support Trump. Like, I don't want to make this some sort of political episode because I don't really give too much of a shit. But man.
It is your opinion.
Yeah, it is my opinion.
And you're entitled to it.
Fucking disclaimers.
So what did you get into last week? What made it such a good week? What did you get into? You had some big plays, I remember.
Well, because the market, if you look at the chart of the SPY for Wednesday, August 29th, 2018, you can see that big green day. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big pop. Well, after it pushing like that, and it was a big push that day, intraday, it's pretty safe to say that the next day is going to have some relax, okay? The market's going to relax a little bit. So I went long in the morning and then short in the afternoon on some of these plays. A lot of my plays were shorts. And in one day, this is one day, no overnight holds, no nothing, okay? These are all intraday trades, all right? Facebook, I made 250% my money. Apple, I made 125% my money. Amazon, 320% my money. And then I took a secondary Apple trade, and it was 48% my money. Here's the thing on that last Apple trade. If I would have held, it would have been well over 100%. The reason why I didn't is I had a migraine, or the start of a migraine that day, and I needed a fucking nap. So I shut it down. I was like, I'm done. I have made my money today.
Yeah.
And it's amazing with the TrickTrades accelerator strategy, which is an option strategy, but I don't even really like saying that I'm trading options, because I don't trade options in the traditional sense, like, at all. I think a lot of that is just complicating things. And the TrickTrades accelerator strategy, that's what we've kind of come up with, because that name makes sense. Once you learn the strategy, it makes sense. It shows the possibilities, and it's incredible. It really is incredible. It really is. We have members in the room that are using this strategy, and they're killing it. They're killing it. Like, just crushing shit, man. And I'm not trying to like pump up like some sort of like strategy or something, but man, I'm telling you, it's something else.
Yeah, you're putting something together pretty cool that you're going to be releasing down the road.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Be really cool.
The ones that take advantage of it are man. It's amazing, man. It really is. It's life-changing gains. Okay. Yeah. Because you can damn near double your account almost every day with a small account. You could. And I'm hitting 100% trades damn near each and every day. You're getting spoiled. Is like small potatoes, man.
You're getting spoiled because now you're getting 20%. Sometimes you're like, I only got 20%.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
I know. It's crazy. Yeah. My average winner is, anywhere between, 50 and 80%. That's pretty average. It's a pretty average trade for me.
And members are hitting that too.
Yeah. It's not just me, right? It's not just me. Like, I'm like, this strategy is blowing people's minds. It really is. It really is. And I'm really happy that I asked, a former friend, a question months ago. And I asked, okay, so how do I place a basic options trade? And it gave me some sort of song and dance. Oh, it's not that simple. And you need to know this and you need to know that. And I was just like, my eyes glazed over. I was like, fuck this. So then I started looking into it myself. And I was like, well, why don't I just do this? That's easy. I wonder if it'll work. Sure enough, it has, and it will, no matter what market you're in. It's fucking sound. Hey?
Well, I remember the first day you did it, you played Baba and you took one option, or you took one.
Just one contract. Yeah.
And I think you made like $100.
Yeah.
But you were so happy that your strategy was working.
Yeah.
And I know people just got to get this big money out of their head. You know, $100 in a couple minutes for you do that every day. That's some good money.
Yeah, man.
I'll take that.
And it's like that's the thing. And then once you become comfortable with the strategy and you have an account, once you build your account, you know, and you're able to take some movement in it, man, I mean, sky's the limit. I've made more in the couple months I've been trading this strategy than most people do in a year or two of wages.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not some sort of like trading savant or something like that. Guys, I'm a very regular guy, and you know, it's if I can do it, you can. You just need some discipline, right? You need to be under the right guidance, period.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to get into too much of, you know, like I'm just trying to like pump and promote trades, because I know that that's how sometimes it can come off, but I'm telling you, it's really not that way at all. I've been waking up every day for a long time now, and actually before I wake up, you know, before I go to sleep, some of my last thoughts are right before I fall asleep, or it's like, man, I can't wait to get up. You know, guys, right there, that's pretty fucking powerful, man.
Yeah.
How many of you wake up each and every day and just be like, fuck?
I thought I was on your mind before you go to bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fuck, of course, man. You always are.
Oh, man. You know, you mentioned you made what, 300 and how much percent on Amazon?
320. And it was up as high as 360.
It's so funny because our last podcast last Monday, we even said, I go, Amazon's going to 2,000. And it happened, I think, the next day. And I didn't even think it was going to do it that one day, but it went up like 65 points, I think. I mean, that's the range these things have, you know?
Yeah.
So here we are, Amazon over 2,000. That's going to be the new norm. Amazon's over 2,000. It's holding it, you know? So I think it's going to pull back too, though, because it can pull back big, you know? So I'm trying to figure out where it's going to pull back to. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking 1950 seems pretty good number. I don't know. I'm looking at the chart right now. But what made you take that trade on Amazon? That you made that big percentage? What was it? You shorted it, right? You took a put on it?
Yeah, Amazon, because it's going in it really popped the previous day. Okay, so we got that's a big day, guys. Amazon does put in big days, but it'll generally have a red day the next day. Okay. Now, because it's getting close to that 2,000 mark, and it basically, it was just under 2,000, there's going to be a feeding frenzy for it. Okay. So the next day, it's not going to just dump out of the, it won't do that. It's going to push. It's going to push higher. There's a trend line that's there that goes back. You start the trend in not this August, the previous August. So August 2017. There's a high of a red candle there, and you work your trend all the way up to the highs. And it tapped it. It just went over it by like a point or two, which is on Amazon. That's like basically a penny or two. And it pulled. So I caught basically the top of Amazon's move because of technical analysis and hammered that fucking thing. Now, I did get some help. I will say I did get some help from Trump. Okay. So Trump, with his tweets about implementing more tariffs to China, helped matters. Okay. And then it really pulled. That's why everything really pulled hard in the afternoon on August 30th on that Thursday. But the reason why I wanted to, not just because it was coming into a trend line, there's always other pieces of the puzzle, right, guys? You can't just have one type of indicator that's like, okay, that's why I'm going to take it, right? You got to have at least two, and two plus is really what you want. You want as many ingredients to the recipe, as many pieces of the puzzle as you can get together. Throw them all together, and that makes your trade, okay? Not just one thing, right? A lot of people will say, oh, well, I took that trade because of a doji candle. Well, okay, well, what's it doing on the daily chart? What's the price that doji was at? Did it have a big run up? Did it go parabolic into that and then doji? Or, there's lots of pieces of the puzzle that you got to put together, guys. You can't just have one fucking thing. So on Amazon, long story short, it was right at the 2000, okay? It had a big day previous, a big fucking dirty day, lots of volume. So it's going to run and test that trend line. So we have a trend line. And we are going to have profit takers come in. End of story. That's what, 3, 4, 5 different pieces of the puzzle, right? So it's a sound trade and a good trade idea with high odds of success. Niche. Niche. And it's just going to work.
Yeah.
It will. It's going to. And the reason why my setups and my trade ideas work is because they're psychological trade ideas. They're not just just straight up technical analysis.
Yeah.
Technical analysis by itself works great. But when you add the psychological factor and human nature to it, the sky's the limit, guys. This shit becomes, I will never say it becomes easy, but it becomes easy.
Yeah. And, I'm going to be watching Amazon really closely now because we're coming into the season where it can get really volatile because, we're coming into the holidays here and they usually, there's always a PR about Amazon with a new product or how many they're selling of a certain product. And they're going to be doing that all throughout the holidays. So this is a great time to get familiar with the chart because it can make you a lot of money coming in into the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's a fun stock to trade, man. It does trade pretty clean regardless of the price. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Amazon, a lot of people get freaked out over Amazon because they look at the price, and I get it, guys. I used to be like that. I get it. You look at it, it's like, fuck, $2,000 a share. What am I going to do? Take one share?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's fucking easy money. Like this thing fluctuates. It can fluctuate 50, 100 points in a day, man. It can, right? Like if Tino was still holding his Amazon, he'd be up 500 points. 500
points. I took it in the first, what was it?
There was an earnings gap.
Yeah. And there were a lot of things that went into me making that decision, and I took it. And I took it under 1,400.
Yeah.
And if I would have just held, but like I said, with Amazon, it's hard to hold Amazon.
Because there is a lot of range. It can work both ways, right?
Can you take those daily swings? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's big intraday swings.
Yeah. But man, hindsight. Jesus, I would have been up. I would have been up 600 points. Almost.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of hindsight with Amazon, if you go back, if you guys want to do a little piece of homework here, on August 30th, Thursday, after it sold off, look where it came down to at lows in the afternoon. Okay, so we got a double bottom there. If I didn't have such a fucking headache, I'm sure I would have noticed this because this is what I look for, and I would have held overnight. Now, I'm not big into holding overnight, but seeing what I see on this chart, had I noticed that and I had a clear head, which I definitely didn't because that day was a stupidly massive day, and I don't care what anyone says. When you make gains like that, there's going to be emotion involved.
Yeah.
Don't listen to these fucks guys that say they trade like robots and they don't trade with emotion. They're full of shit. They say that stuff because they think that that's what they should say. Okay. But because like I'm saying, because I was, had some emotion involved, I did miss it. There's a beautiful double bottom.
Yeah.
And with that double bottom, because it held, and we had a lot of selling exhaustion. If you look at the volume profile on that chart, guys, volume is very important. It's going to gap up. Shorts are going to get squeezed, and it's going to come up. And that's what it did. It gapped up a little bit, and then it popped. Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is very predictable, guys. And I'm not saying they're stock predictions, because that's nonsense, but it's predictable. It is. And the reason why it's predictable, and the one thing that I can teach you at TrickTrades is it's a different level of education, all right? And yeah, this is a little bit of a spiel to pat TrickTrades on the back a little bit. The reason why a lot of my strategy and my setups and my overall market theory works is because it has that human nature element to it. I'm looking at these charts very differently. I'm not looking at them as candles on a computer screen at all. I don't see candles on a computer screen. I see emotion and I see human nature. And that's what differentiates us. Okay. We're taking these on psychological setups, right?
Yeah, that's what your line in the sand video's all about. And man, when you watch that thing, it just totally opens up your eyes, and then you get that aha moment.
Yeah. Oh, it'll give you an aha moment.
Oh,
that's almost like a given.
It just makes total sense when you break down the chart and why it's doing what it's doing. And it's all based on emotion, really.
Yeah.
And levels. And it just makes it total aha moment. And I keep watching that over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I pick something new out of it every time I watch it. I find something new.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, when people get it, it's and that's the thing. It's not some like 8-hour DVD.
No,
guys, it's 1 hour, and it'll change your whole the entire way you look at the markets. It will.
Yeah,
it will. It really will.
Because it's not an hour long of technical jargon. It's just you're telling a story.
Yeah, you guys will see. Like, for those of you that don't have it, I really do recommend it.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't mine, I would recommend it. It really is sound. It's very sound. It's a great weapon in your war chest. It really is, because you'll look at these charts in a completely different way.
Yeah, totally.
Nobody tells you what I tell you in that video. Nobody does. This is 100% of my own thinking.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've got a really big month ahead of us with September. I mean, it's incredible, man, and it's funny because I see a lot of penny stock traders out there, and like I said, you want to trade penny stocks? Fuck, go ahead, go waste your time. Go waste your time. A lot of these penny stock guys are saying how slow the market is.
Oh my God.
Oh, the market's slow. And I made 250 on 250% Facebook, 125% Apple, 320% Amazon, and 48% on Apple, all in one day.
Yeah.
Do the math, folks. I'm not taking 1 and 2 contract positions. These are fair size big positions. Like I said, in one day, I made more than what people can hope for in a year. And
a lot of the members did too.
Yeah.
They were crushing it.
Yeah.
They crushed it last week on that strategy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and the sky's the limit too. Like, we're coming into some really big setups here.
Oh, listen, I was just going to say that because I'm still stalking Sono. And if you pull up the chart on Sono, it's following your IPO strategy to a T.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at the daily chart on Sono, it's following this trend, and it's almost going to touch the trend line. And when it does, and here's the other thing, guys. Like I said, we're coming into the holidays. Sono's going to have a big year. You know what I mean? They just IPO'd. And, of course, people are going to buy their shit during the holidays. And, man, it's coming down to a trend, and I think it's going to just – I'm just looking for it to just go nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, if it holds, it's all about the line in the sand. If certain lines in the sand here hold on Sono, this thing's going to go buck wild.
Yeah.
Because it all boils down to psychology and human nature, man. Shorts will get freaked out.
Yeah.
And there's a certain spot on this chart that I'm looking at that if it hits that.
Are you looking at because I'm looking at on your screen.
Yeah. If it comes down to that and it holds, huge squeeze.
Yeah.
Squeeze. Yeah. Shorts will freak out, and this is all stuff I can easily teach you. All my methods are super easy, guys. Any true professional, not these frauds and, false prophets out there. They'll tell you simple works.
Yeah. So what do you think about Apple? I mean, we kept saying
Apple's
it wants
beautiful.
to be 200, but coming into the holiday season, man, what do you think that thing could go to 300? I mean, that's a lot.
No,
it's already at
pushing
230.
it, man. Like on Apple, it's for
look at that. Wow.
Yeah, sure, it could hit 300, but not anytime soon. No way. It's going parabolic. It looks like a penny stock chart right now.
It does. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that chart before I said that, but now I'm looking at that daily, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, it just barely broke the previous day's highs, and the only reason why it broke those highs is because I watched it, and it was flirting with the previous day's highs, so Thursday's highs, and then it was like testing it, and then someone freaked out, and could have been a market maker popping it up just that little bit, and then it caused a quick pop, right?
Yeah.
So it popped it over highs, and then it came back down, right? So with it breaking highs, I don't know if that was a true break of highs. I think that was either a market maker or a short that just I think a short freaked out.
Yeah. I know they're coming out September 12th with a couple big announcements.
Yeah, so they are. Yeah.
Maybe it might run up even, up to the 12th. I don't know, man. Looking at that daily chart though, wow. That is really
it's a tough call. Like, that's the thing now. Yeah, I find it very hard to buy overextended charts. And do I miss out on a lot of plays? Sure, I do. But guys, don't get in the habit of buying extended charts. And if you are, you need to get in on, a big dip on the day. That's the thing, right? So you got to buy when nobody else wants to buy the fucking thing. Like when it's like dumping out, right? And then it'll finally reverse, because that's when buyers will come in. That's when the smart money comes in. Smart money does not buy breakouts. Don't listen to Kimmy Dykes there, okay, with buying the breakout. Don't fucking do that. That's the worst piece of advice someone could ever give you, is to buy a breakout, right? You can buy the retest of that breakout, but don't buy that initial breakout. Don't do that. You're going to get your ass handed to you. Stop doing that.
All right.
And if it's funny because I hear people say, well, but what happens if it breaks out and then it doesn't retest and then you miss it? Then you fucking miss it, folks. Quit overthinking shit. Okay. Only buy a retest. You need these stocks to prove themselves to you. That's your hard-earned money. You got to think, guys. I see some of these traders out there taking, and with small accounts, taking like $2,000 and $3,000 losses. That's fucking nuts. Yeah. How many hours would you have to slave away at your fucking slave job for that shit? Yeah. Right? That's crazy. And you're gonna fucking just like buy the breakout. Don't do that. Or buy the dip. Yeah. Morning panic. I love morning panic plays. Yeah. Oh God, don't even get me started with that garbage. Fuck, man. Out of every single video he's ever done, he has never told you how to properly initiate a position. Yeah. It's crazy. Or even when to take profits. He literally has, like, I don't even know how many hundreds of hours of DVDs, but not even one tells you how to like exit a trade or enter a trade. That's crazy. I wouldn't know how to do 1,000 hours of video and not tell you how to enter a trade. Yeah. My free YouTube tells you how to fucking enter and exit trades. Right. That's just the free shit. Yeah. Yeah. And he's charging like $1,000 for a DVD. Shit. Good for him, man. The sheep are loving it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's funny how brainwashed those sheep are. Like they love him. They love. But what's sad is that's when I was with them. That's all I thought. I didn't think there was any other strategies. Yeah. And that's the sad thing is people are there and that they think that's all there is out there. That's the only way to make money. Yeah. Yeah. So I know. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I know. I don't even know what to say about that guy. It's just like, fuck, man. I've kind of like, that's the thing. It's like, I'm not going to like overly bash these guys anymore, to be honest, because it's like, I've said everything that needs to be said unless they come out with something even stupider than they already have. But I mean, it's like, it's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you guys all know where I stand, and, so, there are like, let's say you are going to trade penny stocks, right? And for me personally, in my opinion, I really think for a new trader, you guys should really stay the fuck away from it, But if you are going to learn, you got to learn from a guy that actually, he's a real deal. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you really want to know, you can hit me up and I'll tell you what my recommendations are. But guys, stay away from that. I really do. If you want to go back to trading penny stocks later on in your career, after you have a good grasp of technical analysis, okay, go ahead. I promise you probably won't once you actually wrap your head around, mid, large, and mega caps, and you wrap your head around the fact that you don't need to worry about the price of the stock. That's the number one lie you guys have been lied to about, is you won't be able to trade it because it's too expensive and they don't move. Short squeezes only happen on low floats. No, they don't, man. Short squeezes happen. Fuck, how many times did shorts get squeezed on Apple this week?
Yeah.
It was amazing, man. Like this week was especially on Nvidia as well. Like Nvidia pulled a dirty move there on Friday. I thought that was going to sell off. I was wrong about that. I thought for sure it was going to sell off, but it didn't. It held a line in the sand and it ripped.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these are very predictable. It's like, are you going to be right about 100% of them? No. But I mean, Facebook on Thursday there, where I caught 250% on that trade, that was so predictable. How long have I been waiting for that and pounding the table over that trade, Tino?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Everyone should have caught that one in the room. Quite a few people did, but everybody should have. I was pounding the table so fucking hard on that trade and telling people, here it comes. Today's the day.
Yeah.
Let's make some money. And there you go. 250%, man.
Yeah.
So some people ask me about that. Okay, well, what do you mean by percentages? Okay, so if you put $1,000 in, if your position size was $1,000, that's it. Only $1,000. You would have made $2,500 in pure profit. Okay. So your account would be reading $2,500 more than what you started with.
Yeah. That's pretty insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Same thing with Amazon, right? That would have been, if you put $1,000 in, you would have walked away with $3,200.
Yeah.
And guys, like, think about it. Okay, if you guys are all wrapped up, like a lot of the penny stock traders, they're all wrapped up on percentage gains, okay? And you can't, for whatever reason, you think that you can't trade higher price stocks, right? They don't move enough for you or something. Well, I think I've smashed that theory quite well with the whole, option strategy. You don't even need to trade the options, though. You can still make fucking amazing money off of the trading the equity. But let's say you crave those percentage gains. How many 100% moves have you caught on a penny stock? First of all, they don't come up very often, right? When stocks actually go 100%. They come up maybe once every month or so, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I'm hitting 100% trades almost every day. So basically what that translates into is, hitting a penny stock that started at I don't know, it fucking gapped up a couple percent or some shit. And then you hit that entire move for 100%. You'll never hold that 100% move on a penny stock. You won't. That's a lot of movement. But on these options, guys, sky's the limit. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking telling you. And the way I trade them is just it's so safe and it's so, I love it.
Yeah. It's
like,
crazy.
I love it.
Yeah, like you said, that's one of the biggest lies is these stocks don't have any range. Really, if I hear that again, I'm just going to say, look, I was in Amazon in under 1,400. I could have had 600 points on it, but I did
600
points.
That's
Come
crazy. $600 per share is what he would have made.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's like being in a stock at $1 a share and it going to $600 a share.
Yeah. And Amazon does that like nothing.
Oh, yeah. Know? Yeah. Yeah. There's so much range to these stocks.
Yeah.
That it's fucking crazy.
Well, look at NVIDIA. I mean, if you were NVIDIA at the beginning of the year, you know, you would have been in it under $200.
Yeah.
It's up
it's
to,
at
it's almost up to 300.
Right.
And like you said, that it wants to be a $300 stock.
Yeah, it
right?
definitely wants to be a $300 stock now. I think it'll pull back a little bit potentially this week and relax a bit. And then once it puts in a higher low from where it is right now, it'll rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll rip. It wants that 300. It needs to be a $300 stock. It needs to be a $300 stock.
Man.
You know? And I mean, there's so many potential plays. And man, our setups at TrickTrades are so fucking easy. And it's just, I wish there was a way to really get the word out. Like, you know, that's all I want. I was talking with Bao, Modern Rock. We've actually became quite friendly after we cleared the air, and I speak to him a fair bit, and talking with him, and man, and I'm serious when I said this, and I said this to him. It's like, I want nothing more out of life than to breed successful traders and help people. I love it. That's what gets me up in the morning, man. It's
gotta be a great feeling when you see these people making money and they're so happy. You're changing lives.
I love it, man. I love that shit. Yeah, it is cool. It really is. It really is. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the fucking world, man. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. There's I can't remember I think it was this Magic Mike guy. He said on Twitter, he released a tweet out there and he said, he can't wait to build, this mafia day trading or whatever the fuck his service is called. And to where he can put his feet up, have other people run the room for him. And then he has his feet up on a beach.
Yeah, well, obviously
that's fucking crazy, man. I never want that. I never want that. I want to always be in the room. Always. I love what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he has a different agenda.
Wow. That's exactly it. And that kind of like, I don't know how people don't see through that. And you had people that actually liked that tweet.
Yeah.
Guys, if I ever release a tweet like that, like, fuck, man, attack me, please. I deserve it. I've lost my grip on reality. Yeah. He's basically telling you all he wants is your fucking money. No, that, in my opinion, that's how I read it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's such nonsense and such just a shitty attitude. Yeah. It's a bad attitude towards your members and people that, I guess they believe in you. And then that's what you say. It's like, oh, I can't wait till I get more. Basically, what it translates to, he wants more subscriptions, so then he doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you have to work right now if you're trading?
Yeah.
Right. So you should be doing this because you love to do it, or else why?
Yeah.
If I was only looking for memberships, guys, to me, I would be a blatant paper trader. I would be. Because why can't I just trade on my own? If I didn't love what I was doing, guys, I wouldn't be fucking doing this. I wouldn't fucking run it. People know how much work it takes.
Oh, it's crazy.
You gotta love this. And that's why a lot of services fail and a lot of services are just shitty. They suck.
Yeah, it's going back to, like, for an example, let's talk about this moron again, this Kimmy Dykes. And this is my opinion, of course.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is travel. Like, he's got it made. Do you honestly think when he's traveling, he wants to put out a watch list? Do you really think he wants to take the time to do that? He gets up every morning. He's like, fuck, I got to do this again.
Yeah.
Let me get a couple shitty stocks just so I can put out and make these guys happy. You really think he wants to do that? Come on.
Yeah.
He's so set in his ways. He doesn't want to be bothered with fucking members. And come on. Yeah. That is my opinion, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's my opinion too, and I think it's the opinion of many.
Yeah.
For people that are actually they're hip to his little game there.
Yeah.
Right. Because I mean it's ridiculous what Kimmy Dykes does.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's pole fucking this I don't know, some sort of like little barrier around a pool. He's on a pole and he's like on it, humping it, and with a laptop in his hand. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, it's so stupid. And the crazy thing is, it's like, at first when I saw it, I thought he was like making fun of himself. He's not.
Yeah.
He's trying to show you can trade from anywhere. No, you can't trade from anywhere, guys. Newsflash for you, you can't. If you have spotty Wi-Fi, you shouldn't be fucking trading. Don't trade.
Yeah. I'll give him the respect that he's found a way in life to make an awesome living. He makes a ton of money.
Yeah.
I'll respect him in that way, you know?
Yeah.
But he just does it by fleecing his members. That's all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he could give a shit about. I mean, he's got thousands of members.
He doesn't know any of his members' names.
No.
He doesn't know their fucking wife's names or their sons or daughters' names. He doesn't give a fuck.
Nah.
And, you know, people say, oh, well, he has thousands of members. Nah, man. I don't give a fuck how big TrickTrades is. I will always know each and every member's name.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, like, man, it's supposed to be about community and about family. Like, I hang out with my members more than I do my own family, because that's just the nature of the beast. And like I said, guys, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I don't want to get to the point where I could just put my feet up on a beach and have other people run my room. No, man. If you're not in your room, then why the fuck do you have a trading room? It's because you want subscribers. You want supplementary income.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Because most likely you don't even trade for real. You have to love this, guys, in order to do it. Okay. If I didn't love this, I'm telling, I wouldn't do it, because I can make a living trading actually, I'd probably be making more, because I wouldn't be so fucking distracted.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just, when you see stuff like that, guys, you know, if anything that you could take away from any of the podcasts or YouTube videos that I do, just be aware of who you're subscribing to and who you're following. When guys say that they're going to put their fucking feet up and they can't wait to grow the room so then they can be on a beach, guys, run.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Oh, that's so gross, man. It really isn't it, Tino, though? Come on, really analyze that, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, like I said, a total different agenda. They could give a shit about it.
It is an agenda. It's an agenda at that point. You know? And the thing is, he's so fucking he's such a stupid person. He is. He's a fucking idiot for saying that, because he doesn't even realize what he said.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking moron, dude.
What's awesome is when you're in TrickTrades room, what's awesome is the little victories that the members have that just make their day.
Love that shit.
And they might not be big money, but that's not the point. The point is they're learning and they're growing and they're building a skill they'll have for the rest of their life. So when we're in chat and I see these people, you know, chiming in and saying, oh man, I killed it on this trade. I made $50 or whatever. They're so happy.
Yeah. And I couldn't be happier, because they're starting to show consistency and it's all scalable.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, man. Yeah. You know, one of my proudest
moments for a certain member, Anthony Antman. Some of you may follow him on Twitter. The guy's going to be a beast, by the way, guys. He's showing great consistency. And one of my proudest moments to date with this guy, and I've known him for about 6 months now. Okay, and he's doing amazing in the TrickTrades mentoring program. I love the fact that he had a fat finger mistake and he took a big loss. He was right with his trade idea. He wanted to go long, and I don't remember the name of or what ticker it was, but he hit his hot button for short instead. So instead of going long 400, he shorted 400. And I don't remember the stock. It was a higher price stock. And he didn't notice, because he covers up his P&L like he should. And before it was already too late, and he took, a big loss, $1,000 loss. But you know what he did? Instead of fucking revenge trading and trying to fucking make it back and because you're emotional, you're going to be trading in an emotional state at that point. You shouldn't trade. You shouldn't try and make it back. I don't give a fuck what any of these guys say, guys. When you take an emotional loss and you're really emotional, you got to shut it down. And that's what he did, man. He fucking walked away.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so proud of him for doing that. And some of you out there might be like, well, why wouldn't you just try and make your money back if you can? The asshole voice, right?
Yeah.
No, guys, that's not the way to do it at all. You're emotional. You're going to make emotional decisions. You need to manage your risk. You need to mitigate risk. You need to shut it down. You need to walk away for the day, guys. You have to.
Yeah.
Did it, and I fucking love that, man. The guy right there tells me right there he has what it takes to be the real 10%, not the fucking Twitter world 10%, where every asshole is just a baller, right? Yeah, I mean the real 10%. What all of you guys are working for, right there. That's what it takes. Yeah, it takes booking the loss, guys. That's what it takes.
And you're all going to do it at some point. I did it. I fat fingered Netflix.
Yeah.
I lost about $1,000, but I shut it right down. I didn't even trade for a couple of days after that.
Yeah.
And then you compose yourself and you're like, you know what? You'll always be able to make more money.
Yeah.
Somewhere down. And it's a loss. It's going to happen. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I don't even think about it anymore.
No.
But it is what it is.
It happens. Shit happens, guys. Yeah. Right? So at the time of you booking that loss, you're not going to have the shit happens mentality. You won't. Oh, you're going to be pissed off. Yeah. You're going to be like, fuck. Right? Yeah. What, you're going to take another trade when you're like, fuck? No, man. Because you're going to use too big of size and you're going to rabbit hole from there. You're going to spiral out of control. I've seen it, man. And why? Shut it down. Book the fucking loss. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah. Period.
You'll always be able to make more money.
Always.
Always tomorrow. I'm serious.
Always. You know? So that being said, that is my proudest moment to date with Anthony Ant-Man. I love that he did that, guys. You have no idea how. Like, I love that shit, guys. Yeah, I love it. And it's not about the big profits.
Not.
He's had some massive profit days. And am I touting that, you see Kimmy Dykes there, all of his fucking YouTube videos, he goes through his members' gains. It's not about the gains, guys. It's about how you handle losses. That's the real deal. That you can always tell a guy's fucking agenda, right? People with their motives and their fucking agendas on how they conduct themselves on YouTube and this and that. Am I going on talking about all my members' gains? We have members that are banking fucking thousands a day. I'm not going on talking about that because it's not about the gains. I don't want to attract the wrong type of person into TrickTrades. We only breed successful traders. That's all I want. I want people with proper fucking mindset and the true 10% mentality, okay? People that are going to do whatever it fucking takes to do this. You got to bleed for this shit, man. And you have to. You have to.
Yeah. It's awesome to see, like I said before, with these, even with the members that they're not playing big money, but they just love the fact that they had a strategy, they implemented it, and it worked. And they're so happy, man. And the whole room is happy, man. I know that sounds weird, but it is.
People are genuinely happy for others. I've looked in on other rooms and I've seen the jealousy and I've seen the it's almost like a sabotage way of fucking with people. They try and get inside other people's heads, so then because they're all trying to get people's the room leader's attention, right? They want to be teacher's pet, and that's what they do. And they think that that's the way to do that. And it's like, the thing is, that room leader, the head of whatever trading group it is, it caters to that. And they're like, yeah, he is a fucking idiot. Or, like, nah, man, that's bullshit. I would never do something like that. I would never fucking degrade someone for the sake of degrading them. That's fucking bullshit, man. People like that make me sick.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but people are going to learn the hard way, and then they'll come around and they'll come to TrickTrades, and then they'll say like literally damn near 100% of all new TrickTrades members say, man, I wish I found you a year ago.
Yeah, I know.
If I screenshotted some of the first words that a new member will say, that's what they say. I wish I would have found you a year ago, or I wish I would have found you months ago, or I wish I found you 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's so different than any other trade room out there, and it's so different than what people are used to. It's a family, man. Everybody knows.
It's not even just that it's a family. It's just it is so different. It is so completely different. One of our taglines is trade different, and that's what it is. It is different.
Yeah,
you will be blown away, guys. For the people that are on the fence, you got nothing to lose at this point. You know, and then it's one of the things that I see that kind of pisses me off all the time. It's like, oh, I got to wait for my subscription to run out and then I'll sign up. Why? Why would you want to waste another second in a room where you can't get your questions answered and you can't get any proper information, all because of you have money tied into it? Who gives a fuck? Cut your loss. That's what it's about. Cut your fucking loss. Come to a proper trading group and we'll kick some fucking ass together, man. Yeah. You're going to get properly trained and properly coached. I will be on your fucking ass to make sure you do it right.
Yeah.
You know. But, moving forward, I think we'll wrap it up here soon. Moving forward, like for this week, guys, coming out of the long weekend, definitely watch for some pullbacks. We're in a very extended market. Apple's one of them. Definitely watch for the 230 test. So first of all, watch it test Friday's highs for a rejection. I would watch that. I would watch BABA for a possible continuation, but that, because it's a Chinese stock, it's hard to say. JD, I would definitely look for a short tomorrow with those. Let it push first, because you'll probably have a little bit of a push first. So let it push. It's probably going to gap down a lot though. It's probably going to gap down to 30 or below. It's going to gap down a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the morning.
And when it gaps down, it usually doesn't pop too much. You'll get a quick little pop, and then finally it'll,
because they're going to put out damage control tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
yeah, definitely.
It's going to be interesting.
So definitely watch that. Twitter looks like it's ready for a run. Facebook's kind of a dog. It's hard to say. But yeah, watch NVIDIA and Apple more to the short side. It'll probably push in the morning though first, so don't just jump the gun. You got to come to TrickTrades, and I'll tell you how to hit these setups. There's a reason why we catch the top and sell the bottom, or buy the bottom and sell the top day in, day out, day in, day out. And people think it's bullshit from the outside looking in, but that's because you're used to getting fucking your education from a jackass that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, or you're getting your information from a paper trader, or you're getting an information from a guy that just doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to teach you all their little tricks. When I opened up TrickTrades, I swore to myself that I'm going to tell everybody everything I know. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know a lot. Not to blow my own horn, but it's fucking true. I look at these charts way differently than other people. Way different.
Yeah.
I've never heard people say the shit I say. But then people come to TrickTrades, and then they open up their own fucking services, and then they start fucking touting all my information like it was theirs they came up with. You fuck off. No, you didn't. You an original fuck. Pricks.
I know. That's a whole nother episode right there.
Oh, it totally is. It totally is.
They allegedly came out with their new strategy. Remember, we got to cover our ass because
allegedly. And remember, folks, everything I said during this Fallout Shelter episode 20 is for educational purposes only.
It's strictly your opinion.
It's strictly my opinion.
Yeah.
Niche.
Okay, you bunch of freaking snitches out there.
But anyways, I think we'll wrap it up. That's episode 20. Thanks, Tino. Thanks for everyone that's listening. Make sure to share these episodes. Let's spread the word, guys. Let's get Fallout Shelter out there. Let's educate the masses. And come check out TrickTrades.com. And if you do decide to sign up, use Trick20 to get 20% off your first month, and then Mentoring 10 is the coupon code for 10% off mentoring. So, all right, folks, on that note, love you all. God bless. Take it easy.
Okay, everybody.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Ah, man.
All right. Adios, folks.
Later, guys.